Good morning. And I have no makeup on my face yet. And look, I have a little sweat jacket on. And that is a very rare thing for right now. For the last few weeks I should say. Hang on a minute. Oh, I gotta turn my fountains on. See, that one's for the back. That one's for the front. So, I think this Bermuda front that has been here for weeks now, especially this last week, is gone. And it's a nice sunny day today. With the rain and everything, my grass has grown. We've only been having to cut the grass once a week. Usually in the summer, I cut the grass like a couple times during the week. And this summer, no, because we've hardly had any rain. But anyhow, when I went to put the dogs outside early this morning, and when I say early this morning, I mean when they get up, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, or whatever, like they got to go out even now. When I would open my door here, I would just open it like this, and all this heat would just come in the house. Because like when I say it was like hotter than an oven outside, it was really hot. And I feel the warmth coming in the house, but not like it has been. And the air conditioning was running so much. We have it on all the time. And even in the summertime, when it's just normal summer temps, your air runs, but then it shuts off when it needs to. And then when it needs to come back on, it automatically just comes on. We had the AC on like that continuously, but it just continuously kept running because it couldn't keep up. And even with the AC running, it was getting my thermostat. I could go look at it, and here in the house it was like 80 degrees, 81 degrees. This one time, several days back, I went into the dining room and I looked at the thermostat. It said it was 89 in the house. 89 in the house. So you can imagine what it was like outside. And that was with the air running. And we've been running the ceiling fans. We've been running floor fans. I have a floor fan in my office, one in the bedroom. The one that's in the office, I actually had to bring it down here and put it down here to run that as well. What happened was, I wanted to share this with you guys. My mom got a phone call. Was it a phone call from her neighbor? This happened, I think, in July. And her neighbor said, "Do you hear your air conditioning unit outside? It's making this noise." So my mom said, I had heard it, but then when she went out there, it had stopped. But she called an AC unit person to come and look at it. And, the first question these people ask, and I know because I've had them do it to me too. "Oh, how old is your unit?" Because they can tell that your house has been around for a while. And their thing is they want to replace air conditioning units because they get money, So the guy, put the little fear tactic into my mom. "Oh, you're going to need to probably get a new unit. Oh, these things are only made to last for only 15 years and blah, 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 blah." And my mom was getting a little bit nervous, and I told her, I said, "Calm down, because they do that to me too." I said, "I had this happen. I had to get somebody come here about 5 years ago. They told me the same thing. And my air conditioner, I've been using it for the last 5 years." So I said, "They just tell you that." I said, "Just keep an eye on it, but I'm sure that it's okay." So it was seriously the next week, and this happened back in July. Our air conditioner was running, but I was getting water that was leaking from the air conditioner unit in the storage room. It was leaking out from there, and there was water on the floor. And not a whole lot of water, like flooding or anything like that, but I mean there was enough that you had to get the wet dry back to get it up. And so I called this one company that they were offering a special on having your air conditioner unit tuned up, and they're not the normal people that I recall for heating and cooling and all of that. But I thought, you know, while they're running this tune-up special, I'll get them here to do whatever they need to do, because this problem has happened before, and it happens whenever we get like a really, really hot summer, like a few years ago. It was really, really hot, and we had that problem, and I should have called my normal people because they would have come and taken care of it, which I end up having to call them anyway. So let me just tell you what happened. So I thought, well, you know, I'll get these guys to come and they can, you know, take care of it like, you know, it's been taken care of in the past. And while they're here, you know, they can do this tune-up special on the air conditioning unit. Well, when the guy came here, he didn't even look at the thing. He just says, oh, I could tell what this is right here. You're all froze up inside. You know, when those coils all freeze up and blah, 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 you know, how old is this unit? See? And I knew, he asked the question, and I knew where he was going to go with it. And he says, you know, you're probably going to have to get this replaced. And I was like, well, let's, you know, see what's going on. So he unscrewed, you know, the things and peeked inside. Well, no, you're not froze up. So I'm thinking to myself, what's the next thing going to be, you know? So he said, let's go outside and check your pressure on your unit outside. And I said, are you sure that there's nothing else that can be done here? I said, because I've had this problem in the past. It was a few years ago when we had a really, really hot summer and this happened. And I said, they did something. I said, there is something that you can do here. He goes, no, your unit, it's probably about done. It's going to have to be replaced. So he took me outside and I watched him. He hooked the gadget things up. And immediately goes, oh yeah, look, see that right there? Oh yeah, your pressure's bad. And then before you know it, he started unscrewing his hoses and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right, yeah, you just knew that fast and everything. And here's how stupid this guy is, okay? First of all, the air conditioner is running and cold air is coming out of the unit. You looked in the back, it wasn't all froze up or anything, so there's not a problem. I'm not having a pressure problem because cold air comes out. When you take that back panel off, as long as you got good pressure, it comes up through the vents in your house, number one, but number two, it comes off in the back of that unit too. So it's like, so you're going to try to sell me some song and dance outside that my unit is bad outside? Really? See, now some people might fall for stuff like that, but I'm smart and I know don't fall for stuff like that. So here's their stupid little work order thing. I'm just going to read you what this person wrote me on the work order, because you know I let these people go ahead and go through the trouble of writing their stupid ridiculous things and then give it to me because I use it for a laugh later. But he says the options and benefits area, he says replacement ensures proper operation for years to come. Then he gives me the system to recharge it, which I didn't need it recharged because cold air blows out of my vents. The only time you recharge your air conditioner is when cold air is not blowing out of your vents. So anyway, he was going to try to hit me up for almost $468 on that. And then here, option 2, there could be a leak, he says. And there's only a leak if you're all froze up. If your unit was frozen, iced up inside, you do have a leak somewhere. But I wasn't all froze up. So, but he says, you know, you probably do have a leak somewhere. That's why he did the pressure thing, because yeah, it's showing if your pressure's not good, you've got a leak somewhere. But if I had a leak somewhere, doofus, my unit would have been froze up downstairs, and it was not. But see, he thinks I'm stupid. Just because I didn't go to air conditioning school, buddy, doesn't mean that I'm dumb, okay? So anyway, he wants to charge us $2,400 to $3,400 to search for the leak. But the main thing is your unit's just old. You just need to get a new unit. So a new AC unit, that's outside, okay, is $6,000 to $10,000, depending on what brand that we wanted to go with. But he recommends, if you're going to change the AC outside, you really need to change your whole furnace system downstairs, which ranges between $12,000 and $18,000. And luckily for Sandy and other stupid customers that he was trying to do this to, they happened to run a special. Isn't that amazing that they come to your house? He's telling me, oh, I can guarantee you're all froze up, and I wasn't froze up. So then he wants to try the trick about going outside and trying to make me think that I wasn't having any pressure and something was wrong outside when I got cold air blowing in my house and I don't need it recharged or anything like that. And to get a new unit put in, and 2 new units, the furnace downstairs and this. And it just so happens that they're running a special. Isn't that amazing? So anyway, I was like, as soon as the guy left, I immediately got the phone book out and I called my normal people here. And I'm going to tell you what it was. And this is what it was before when they came. That's why I said I should have just called them. But I was trying to take advantage of this tune-up special. And see, don't fall for these things that come to you in the mail, because, no, they're just going to try to rip you off. So anyway, my normal people came. And immediately, he said he didn't even take the back part of it off yet. He just looked, there's this tube. There's a white tube that goes down this way and one that comes curvature from the unit, okay? And then where the two connect, there's like this clear section here, and they leave it clear so that they could see. And he came down, he goes, oh, you got water trapped right here. I was like, oh, okay. He goes, oh, we just popped this off. So he took the top off of the one pipe thing, and he took his air thing that, shoots air down, and he shot some air through, and then boing, it went down the drain. And then he goes, just to make sure, so we're not going to have no more problem, I'm going to shoot some more air in it. He shot more air in it, and then put the thing back together, and then that little clear section, it was all clear. Nothing in there now. And what happens, as he says, and especially when it gets really, really hot outside, like it's been so hot, okay? And this happened in July, because I told you it's been really hot here since July. It's been hotter since in August. But anyhow, he says what happens when it gets really hot like this and you're running your air all the time, you get algae buildup. And he says, and that will clog the drain so that the water that's coming here can't go down, because I guess it clogs it down like towards the floor or whatever. So he has these little green stick things. He goes, I highly recommend them. They're $40. You only need one, but you put it in here and it lasts for a whole season, and it keeps algae buildup from building up. I said, we'll put it in. So the $40 for that, and then the service call, it was, I think, $100 and something is all that I paid him. And we've been good to go the whole time now. No more water on the floor, nothing. You see? And so that guy, first guy was here, he was trying to scam me. Just like the guy that came to my mom. And I called my mom up immediately. I said, don't feel so bad. See, what happened to you last week did happen to me this week. I said, this is what these people do. They come and they're dealing with women. And they think women are stupid. But fellas, any fellas listening to this, women are not dumb. No. And women, I think, sometimes have more common sense than men do. I don't say this to be offensive, but it's actually a proven fact. You can even look that up. Seriously. Women possess more common sense than men do. So why men try to take advantage of women, I don't know. But, you're not going to take advantage of this girl here. This girl's smart, and I don't fall for these scams. So I wanted to show you guys this. I told you over the last month, well, last couple months, I keep the AC on. When summer gets here, I just keep it on all the time, but it shuts off. But I told you over the last month, and especially over the last couple weeks, it's just been constantly without really shutting off. My electric bill in the summertime ranges, depending on what kind of weather we're having. It can go from $450 to $500, maybe at a real hot summer, like $550 is usually about the highest I think that we have ever paid. Last month and this month, it was like almost neck and neck what I paid. So this is the bill that I just wrote out today, the amount. But then I did the same for July's bill. And it's the highest it's ever been. And they haven't raised our electric rates or anything that I'm aware of. I mean, I think the rates are all still the same. But I'm going to show you how much we're paying. Look. That's what I paid. And then this, that's what I paid last month, $601 and $679. So I am going to go ahead and make the chocolate chip zucchini breads today, because I was talking to Harry on the phone a little while ago, and he said don't cut the grass, he will just do it this weekend, even though it's getting kind of long, because it's been over a week. I think he cut it a week ago, was it Saturday? No, it's actually been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since he's cut the grass, seriously, because we've not had any rain except the other night when we got some rain. That was it. So anyway, he just said he'll just do it this weekend, because I don't know if we're supposed to get any more rain, so I don't think he's, thinking it's going to grow too much. Everything's drying out there, I told you. So anyway, let's go over all of these ingredients of everything that you need, okay? So in this bowl, I have 3 eggs, which I will be whisking here, and then adding some sugar to it. And so we need 2 cups of sugar, and you need 2 cups of shredded zucchini, and 1 small zucchini, like a small to medium sized zucchini, is usually 2 cups, but measure it out just to be sure. Then you need 1 cup of vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever you use. You need 1 tablespoon of vanilla, so that's 1 tablespoon, not a teaspoon. And then in here I have 2.5 cups of sifted flour. I have 1/2 cup of sifted cocoa powder. I have 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And when I was making these breads before, I had a big bag of chocolate chips, and for as much bread as I was making, I didn't know if I was going to have enough chocolate chips, so I was just measuring out about 3/4 cup. I actually wanted to try to put a cup of chocolate chips in, but I only did 3/4 cup, and obviously it turned out okay. But this time I do have a cup of chocolate chips, and you're going to want to add those in there. And you want to give this a good toss, because what happens is if the chocolate chips just go into your batter and they haven't been in the flour to coat them, what happens is your chocolate chips want to sink right to the bottom of your breads. That even happens like if you make banana bread and put chocolate chips in, which I do. So you want to make sure that you coat this with flour. I even showed you guys when I make stollen at Christmas, and you have to put raisins, or even like cinnamon rolls where you have to put raisin in. You want to dust them very good, even the raisins like the chocolate chips, with the flour. And then you need 2 greased baking bread pans, and I put parchment paper in at the bottom because it comes out easier if you do. So now that we have this, and I got a little mess there, I'm going to have to scrape that up and put that in, but I'm going to whisk these eggs, and I'm going to put in the sugar and get that incorporated really well. And I just gave that a good mix. This is what I like about these, like breads: zucchini bread, pumpkin bread. I think there's an applesauce bread and like banana bread. You could just use your whisk. You don't have to pull out your mixer or anything. So I'm going to blend this a little bit more too. And first let's incorporate this so it doesn't splash around everywhere. And that's what it looks like. You just don't want that oil just kind of floating around there. So just get that mixed really good. And then I put in the vanilla and the zucchini next. Then I'm going to put all of this in and get it all mixed up. Okay, and there we go. And these are going to go into a 350 degree oven. I haven't even been able to turn on my oven cleaner. Look at all that stuff down there. Because, you know, these oven cleaners that come with your oven, it heats up to like, is it like 500 degrees or something like that? And that's what burns off all the stuff and gets it, you know, sparkling clean. But then it gets the house so hot. And so I haven't been able to do that. So anyway, this is going to go in 350 degree oven for 50 minutes. And you just want to put your toothpick in, make sure that it's done. If it needs to go a little bit longer, depending on your altitude or whatever, you know, let it go a little bit longer. So anyway, we'll be back in 50 minutes. Okay, the zucchini bread's out of the oven. Before we get to that, you hear the music in the background. And YouTube, don't flag me, because this is under the Fair Use Act, and I am plugging Disney. Because I did want to tell you guys about this. Let me turn it down. On my iPad, hold on a minute. I gotta get it back on. So you see what I have there? DPark Radio. It's a mobile app you can get, and it works for your phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, because my phone's an Android, and I have it on my phone as well. Hold on, let me show it to you. So right over there next to the Skype is DPark Radio, and it's nice because when you want to hear Disney theme park music, sometimes they play some soundtrack music, but they play the music that you hear in the theme parks. They play even the music that you hear on the rides, and what you were just listening to a moment ago was It's a Small World, and they'll do like the whole ride all the way through, so it's almost like you're on the ride. At 9 o'clock at night, 9 Eastern, when they're doing the fireworks at Disney World, and I think they do it live, and the music that they play, and you can hear the fireworks going off, they do the fireworks theme show. So anyway, Carly has this app, or she used to. I think she's got a lot of games. She took it off. DPark Radio, did you take it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, she took it off. But I keep it on my phone because I play it in the car sometimes, especially when I have Alex, and I like to play it at home, and especially now because we're anxious about going to Disney World. So I wanted to tell you guys about that. So here's mugs. Here's Beauty and the Beast. These are clean from the dishwasher. I got to put them away. And that's Snow White. And this one's Fantasia. These, along with a bunch of other ones that we have. There's some back there. But I have some of them put away because we just have so many Disney mugs and I don't want them to get broke. We did break a couple of them. I think we broke, what did we break? We broke Sleeping Beauty. I was not happy about that one. And I think there's one other one that is broke. But there's Cinderella back there, Lady and the Tramp. We got Pinocchio somewhere. This is the newest one. This is the one I bought Harry last. I'm trying to get in the light so you can see it really good, because this silver, it's like metallic. It's like real sparkly. I got this at Hollywood Studios last January for Harry. Also, last January when I went, they had the princess mugs, and I was going to start collecting them. This one's Snow White, and I bought the blue Cinderella one for my friend Alexandra in Sweden. I sent that to her. The only thing I don't like about these is the handle here is just too thick. I like thinner mugs. I bought this one last year too. This is also a Disney princess. This is the Alice in Wonderland, but for some reason this handle is a lot thinner than this. It's just, this is too thick. But I bought this back in 2013, I think. This is the Mad Hatter Tea Party, and it looks like there's 3 stacked cups, but it's just one. I like that one. This one's a favorite of mine too. Lady and the Tramp. And then this is another Alice in Wonderland mug here. I like this one too. So this is what I love about, these are still kind of warm, but at the bottom it still feels kind of hot there. Normally if you tried to take the bread out, sometimes it would break because it's not ready to come out yet. But that's why I like putting the parchment paper in there, because you just do a little tappy tap like that. Look at there. And then, I just pulled paper off here. Let's get it this way. And then it just pops out of there. And I could get my cooling racks out, but I don't feel like it. I'm just going to let them cool right there on the parchment paper. But there is the zucchini bread. Okay, before I end this video, I'm going to show you a couple products that I'm enjoying. Have you guys ever used Wyman's? They have it for stainless steel, they have it for the cooktop, and they have it for leather. So I use them on my leather couches. Wyman's is really good. I really enjoy this. A lot of times one sheet takes care of cleaning my stainless steel appliances unless they're kind of dirty. So what you do is you just take your wipe. I love these things. See how there's some schmutz there? You just come over here and do this. You see it polishes it up. Like so. I won't do my whole refrigerator. I'll just do this top part. But I love these things. So this is almost like a cleaner slash polish, and the side of this always gets dirty too. Then you need to have a soft cloth, and I just use some of these old diapers that we had for Alex when I was using them for burp rags. And you just take your soft cloth and you go over all of this. Look at that. Beautiful. Get way up in there, and where that schmutzy spot was, all gone. See that? And I get over here on the sides really good. So yeah, where you polish, you just go and you just shine it up. So there's that. The bottom is still kind of shiny because I just cleaned these the other day. But Chloe, or one of the dogs, has like see all of that. So I'm gonna get this and I'll just finish just doing the whole thing here all over again. And there we go. And like I said, this is still good. So I've got some schmutz marks here. I'm gonna have to get some Windex to do up in there. But again, you just come in here. Like I said, I just did these the other day. I really don't need to do the top, but I'm gonna come over here and do all of that. Get my rag. I love these things. Look at there. Cleaned it all off, nice and shiny. So anyway, I'm going to finish cleaning my stainless. Since I have that rag out, I might as well finish using it, clean other things. And I will see you guys in the next video. Carly and I just finished filming our Disney how we plan, and we show you step by step what we do. And so that video will obviously be ready this weekend. So if I don't have any more vlogs out before then, I'll see you at that video. Bye.